Hey guys, it's that time again. Yes, we are going to talk about weight loss. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Crystal. I am a health and wellness coach for Herbalife. I like to help people who are struggling with their weight loss goals, people who are trying to gain weight and are unable to, or people who are trying to just maintain their weight by giving them helpful tips and tricks, okay? So, rule number one. Stop focusing on the scale, okay? The scale is your enemy, guys. Absolutely 100% your enemy. Why is the scale your enemy? It is a well-known fact, especially for females, that your weight can fluctuate throughout the day. Okay, it can be 1 to 2 pounds throughout the day based on how much water weight you're retaining, based on how much you've eaten, even based on how much you may have left in your digestive tract the next day after you've eaten a big meal. So I try to tell my clients that it is very important for them not to weigh themselves 24/7, okay? Do not look at the scale as your friend. The scale is not your friend, okay? What is your friend? Pictures. Take pictures of yourself every week. Why? Because when you look in that mirror, you're not going to see the changes that are actually taking place in your body on a daily basis because you see yourself every day. However, if you take milestone pictures every week, you're going to be able to say, wow, my double chin is going away. Wow, I can actually see definition in my face. You know, my shoulders are getting a little bit slender. My arms are getting slender. Look at my waist. Look at my belly. It's going away. Pictures are your friend, not the scale. Now, I'm not saying don't weigh yourself. What I'm saying is don't weigh yourself more than once every 2 weeks. Because what happens is you feel like you're making progress, you're seeing the progress in the pictures, and then you go to get on the scale and you haven't lost any weight, okay? It all has to do with hormones, food intake, you know, water intake, all of that, guys. So you can't rely on the scale to make sure that you are losing weight. Another big tip that I like to tell my clients, measure yourself. Get yourself one of those little fabric measurers that roll up. Measure yourself twice a month, okay? I usually measure myself. I used to measure myself once a week, and I know that I'm losing, so I'm not worried about that little bitty half an inch because I can tell with my clothes I'm losing weight. They're fitting better. My belly's going down. My thighs, you know, are getting smaller. I'm able to put on pants that I haven't been able to wear in a while. I'm able to button up pants that I've had to wear unbuttoned for a long time. So I know that I'm losing. So measuring yourself helps you keep track of how many inches that you're losing in addition to the pictures. So my suggestion is take pictures every week, once a week on the same day every week. If you can wear the same outfit in those pictures, that's even better because certain clothes fit different ways. So if you're taking a picture of yourself in the same outfit every single week, you're going to see the changes in your body in the same clothes, okay? Same thing with measurements, you know, measure yourself. You can measure yourself every week if you want to, but I suggest every 2 weeks to start out, and pay attention to how your clothes are feeling because that's a big indicator that you are actually losing inches. You might not have lost any weight yet, but you're losing inches, and that's the most important part. The weight really doesn't matter. What matters is the inches. What matters is the water retention. What matters is how you feel about yourself. Tip number 2, eating too many or too few calories, guys. It is very important that you measure out your food, that you eat more vegetables than you do protein or carbs, and that you are not consuming more than you should be. My rule of thumb is if you bite it, you write it, okay? Whether it be on a piece of paper or whether it be in a food app. And every time, I know a lot of people have watched my videos and they're like, you've said that before. This is a rule to live by. If you bite it, you write it. Because that way you can see with your eyes what exactly you are putting into your body every day, because you don't think about the small little nibbles that you've had here, nibbles that you've had there, or all the sodas that you've had. You need to everything. If anything goes into your mouth, whether it be food or it be beverage, it needs to go down on a piece of paper or in a food tracking journal online, okay? Because that's going to help you see where you're messing up, and you're going to start noticing trends. Hey, I'm really snacking a lot, like right before I go to bed. Maybe that's part of my problem. So maybe what I need to do instead of grabbing that bag of chips is I need to get some fruit so that I can have something healthy if I want to snack before I go to bed. So it's really going to help you see what you're taking into your body and where your issues might lie, whether it be at work. You could be doing perfectly fine at home, eating healthy, no problems. But once you get to work, you're snacking on cookies and donuts and all the stuff that's in the break room, and those will inch up on you really, really quick. Rule number 3, not exercising or exercising too much, guys. It has to be a happy medium, okay? The reason is during weight loss, you lose some muscle mass as well as fat, but if you don't exercise while you're restricting your calories, what's going to happen is you're likely to lose more muscle mass and experience a decrease in your metabolic rate, which basically means your metabolism is not working like it should be. Your metabolism has to have energy to work. So the more energy you give it, healthy energy, the better it works for your body, the faster it helps you reach your goal of weight loss. It's the same thing as if you're over stimulating yourself when you're exercising and you're over exercising, you're actually still doing harm to your body because you're actually breaking down muscles that you're not intending to break down. The harder you work out, the more you work out, the more your muscles break down, okay? Muscles is what helps basically eat the fat. You should have more muscle than you should have fat. So if you are not getting enough calories or you're over exerting yourself when you're exercising, then what happens is your metabolism is going to start eating away at those muscles that should be weighing out the fat, so that the fat is still kind of creeping in. You're not really losing it. You might lose a little bit, but when it comes to the muscles, you don't want to lose that. Muscles is what makes you lean. Muscles is what makes you healthy, and good foods is what energizes your body for your metabolism to work properly. So it's really important that you're not overexerting yourself when you go to the gym, and that you're not underexerting yourself whenever you're trying to lose weight, because if you don't have a happy medium, one way or the other, your metabolism is going to slow down, or your body's going to start eating away the muscle that you need in order to get leaner. So it's very, very important that you kind of keep a happy medium whenever you're doing exercise. Rule number 4, guys, and I cannot say this enough, low fat or diet foods. Stay away, steer clear. Overly processed foods are horrible for you. I don't care if they say low fat, if they say low sugar, if they say sugar free. Guys, these things are loaded with other ingredients to make up for the lack of whatever it might have. Like low fat has a ton of sugar in it, because without the fat's what kind of gives it that taste. It makes it taste good. So if they take a lot of the fat out, then they're replacing that fat that they removed with something else that's really not counterproductive for your body. So you need to be very vigilant whenever you're reading food labels. Stay away from anything that says low fat, anything that says low sugar or sugar free. Those sugar free, they still have sugar in them. It's just artificial sweeteners, and I can tell you for a fact they are just as bad, if not worse, for your body than sugar is. If you are going to do a sugar alternative, make it a plant-based, like stevia. Okay, stevia is plant-based, and so it's a lot better for your body than Equal or Splenda or any of those other sweeteners out there that you think you're really doing yourself good. And just like when it says no sodium, guys, look at the back of the food label. I cannot preach this enough. I never used to look at food labels, and it was a huge, huge mistake, because when you turn that bad boy over and you look at that food label and you look at the hidden things that they have in there, yeah, it might say sugar free, but then you look in there and it's got, something in there that's not supposed to be good for you, like aspartame. Well, aspartame is a sugar alternative. So how is it sugar free? Because they didn't put real sugar in it. They're claiming it's sugar free, but yet they replaced it with aspartame, which is even worse than sugar is. Okay, so make sure you're reading your food labels. Make sure you're reading every ingredient, not just the the back portion that gives you, you know, how many carbs and sugars and fibers and that type of thing are in there. But also look at the actual ingredients that are in there, because sometimes they sneak some stuff in there that you don't necessarily know is there, and you look at it and you're like, oh, well, no wonder I'm not losing weight, because all of this hidden stuff that's in here. So it's very, very important that you read your food labels. It's very important that you try to stay as fresh as possible. This leads to whole foods, okay? Whole foods means less processed. Whole foods is vegetables, you know, low processed grains, that type of thing. The less processed foods you take into your body, the healthier it is for you, the better you're going to lose weight, the better you're going to feel better, the better you're going to be able to sustain your healthy lifestyle, okay? So whole foods is a must, and staying away from the low fat, low sugar, low sodium, because even if it says low sodium, a lot of times it still has a buttload of sodium in it. So you need to read the back of the labels. That's why I say, if you're eating fresh, you don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't have to worry about any extra ingredients in your food. You know what you're putting into your body because you got it right off of the produce aisle, okay? So that is a very big must. Make sure you're watching out for the fad terms whenever it comes to low sugar, low fat, and also make sure that you're eating as many whole foods as you can and staying away from processed foods. Whole foods, they are around the exterior of the store. Anything in the middle of the store on shelves is what we call processed foods. So, you know, if you're doing grains, which are good for you, you need to make sure you're getting low processed grain like whole wheat, okay? White rice, white bread, all of that is overly processed, so it's not good for you. So make sure if you're trying to live a better lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle, you do the exterior of the store, and then what's on the inside where all of the shelves and things are, you want to stay away from that as much as possible. Rule number 5, protein is your friend. Now that does not mean go out and eat T-bone steaks every chance you get, because you can still overeat on protein and it can hinder your weight loss, but protein really helps with your weight loss goals, okay? Most of you know I am plant-based. I had to go plant-based due to health reasons, and I'm not a big bean eater, which is where a lot of the protein for vegans and plant-based eaters comes in. So what I had to do was replace the protein that I wasn't getting in my body because I didn't eat a lot of beans and legumes with a different type of protein. So what I use is pea protein, which is actually what is in our Herbalife products. So that is how I get my protein in through the day. I do a protein shake for breakfast and a protein shake for lunch. I have 2 healthy snacks, and then I do a healthy dinner. Okay, now on occasion I will splurge. Right now I'm cooking pizza for the kids, so I'll probably have a piece of margarita pizza. But I still watch what I eat. I try not to eat very many processed foods if I can, but on occasion, Mama wants a little bit of a treat, so I treat myself, all right? So protein is very, very, very important. It can help reduce your appetite, it increases your feeling of fullness, and it decreases your calorie intake, because the fuller you feel, the less you're gonna eat. So that's why protein is so important, and that's why I really push our Herbalife shakes for people who are trying to actually lose weight or even gain weight, because they are packed full of protein. And so you're not going to get hungry like you do on some of these other shakes that you see out there. You are actually going to lose weight, or you're going to gain weight depending on what you're trying to do. We have a program that fits for everybody. So protein is very big must in your weight loss or healthy journey to a healthier you, okay? And if you guys notice, I don't ever say diet, because diet is not what you're going for, okay? A diet is something that you do for a small period of time, and then you go back to what you were doing before, which obviously wasn't working. So I never use the word diet, because what you're trying to do is make a lifestyle change. You're not busting your tail to lose this weight or to gain weight just to go back to what you were before because you get tired of doing it. And the one thing I love about our weight loss shakes, or our protein shakes, that you can also take to gain weight. Our shakes are very simple, they're very quick, they're very easy. You can take them wherever you need to go. They're very affordable, and you know that you're getting that protein that you need. So like in my case, I'm losing weight because I replace 2 of my meals a day with the shakes and eat 2 snacks and a dinner, Whereas if I wanted to gain weight, I would still eat my 3 regular meals a day plus my 2 snacks. I would just add a protein shake in with 1 or 2 of those meals to help give me an extra boost of protein, which is going to help me gain weight. So that's one of the reasons why protein is so important whenever it comes to your diet, especially for plant-based eaters. You know, a lot of people say, well, how do you get your protein? You have to eat meat. You don't have to eat meat to get protein. Their plants have a lot of protein in them, and that's how us vegans and plant-based eaters get our protein. We just supplement it with a little extra protein to make up for the meat protein that we're not actually getting in our diets. Rule number 6. Fiber is important when you are trying to lose weight, okay? A low fiber diet can actually lead to compromising your weight loss goals. Whenever there is a low fiber intake, some of the calories from the foods that you were eating are actually not absorbed into your body. And because of that, it hinders your weight loss goals. So it's very important that you're making sure you're getting your fiber, which is why I recommend multivitamins. Multivitamins will give you enough fiber plus whatever foods you were eating throughout the day to make sure that you don't have a deficit of any of your vitamins and minerals that you need, as well as any fiber that you need. Because if you're not getting enough fiber, fiber is kind of what binds to the food and moves it out of your body. And so if you don't have enough fiber in there, one, it's not absorbing properly into your body. So instead of absorbing like it should to help your body regulate itself like it should, it's not happening. So you're basically just not getting anywhere, which might be part of some people's problem. Rule number 7, and the most important rule, is having unrealistic goals for your weight loss, okay? The worst thing you can do right out the door when you are trying to lose weight is set a goal that is not reachable within a couple of months, okay? Let's say you want to lose 80 pounds, okay? You can't go into your weight loss journey and healthy eating lifestyle thinking that what took you 10 years to gain is going to take you 3 months to get off. Okay, it's unrealistic. What you can do is set small goals for yourself. Your ultimate goal is 80 pounds, but your small goal for the first month is, I'm going to do my shakes twice a day, I'm going to do my snacks, and I'm going to do my healthy dinner. I'm going to replace all of the processed foods with as many healthy foods as I can to help me get to my goal, okay? I hope to lose at least 5 to 10 pounds in the first month. Now, on our shakes, most people lose more than that, depending on how they're eating while they're on the shakes, okay? But this goes for any weight loss goal, whether you're replacing your meals with meal replacement shakes to help you get to your goal faster, while you were working on setting yourself up for success as you were learning to navigate a new eating lifestyle, and getting rid of your old habits, okay? So you can't go in saying, I'm going to lose 80 pounds in 3 months, all right? To me, it's like when you put on your makeup. You don't just do everything all at one time. You don't have lotion, foundation, blush, eyeshadow, you know, mascara, eyeliner, all at one time doing it. You don't have 50 million hands that are doing it, okay? You start with your moisturizer. And then you follow with your primer. Okay, then you follow with your foundation. And then after your foundation, you usually follow with your powder. So you're building layers, right? And by the time you're done, you look completely different because you took the time to build those layers in order to get to the goal of the makeup look that you wanted. Weight loss is the exact same way, okay? I also look at it for men who are trying to lose weight. It's like mowing a yard, okay? I mow my yard differently than a lot of people. One, I have a push mower and my yard is huge and it's really hilly. So I don't walk around my house constantly with my lawnmower making laps, okay? I section my yard off. I do one section at a time. So when I finish this section, I move to the next section. And it's usually 4 sections total for me to mow. And the reason I do that is when I can see myself making progress, I'm more likely to continue versus going, I have been around this house 80 freaking times, and I still have all of this to make. Whenever you set yourself up in sections for goals and small goals at a time, you set yourself up for success. If you set yourself up automatically saying, I'm going to lose this in this amount of time, and you don't see that result, is when you quit, you give up, you stop, you just don't care. You have to set yourself up for success. And by doing that, you have to set yourself small, obtainable goals. All right. One of the things, and I used to have it on my fridge and I don't anymore, is I would take on my printer or on a piece of paper and draw little circles or whatever of how many, each circle was represented, 5 pounds, that would get me to the goal weight I wanted to do. A lot of people do a pound a piece to get them to the weight they wanted to do. And every time they lost that pound, they crossed off that little circle. Or they'd have a jar saying the pounds that they want to lose in this jar, and in this jar it would be the pounds that they have lost. And every time they lost a pound, they would move a marble over. Okay? That is how you set yourself up for small goals. It has to be obtainable, it has to be manageable, it has to be something that's going to keep you motivated. And so that really, really helps whenever you're trying to reach a weight loss goal, to start out small and work up to the bigger picture, just like you would if you were putting on your makeup or if you were mowing a yard. Okay. Another thing that I absolutely love is motivational quotes. If you watch my Facebook page, you'll notice I always have motivational quotes on there, always, because it really gets you thinking. It gets you in that mood to just push yourself and drive yourself and just really, really go for the goal. Okay. I have motivation here in my home. On my refrigerator, I have several motivational quotes that speak to me, so that when I first started going plant-based, because I couldn't have meat, I also was telling myself that I'm doing this not just because of my health, but because there's a goal I want to reach. And so seeing those motivational quotes, if I'm having a bad day, keeps me from eating a whole chocolate mousse pie. And I love me some chocolate mousse pie, y'all. Let me know. I'm going to tell you right now, that and lemon meringue, my favorites, okay? So seeing things like that hold me accountable. And one of those quotes is, you didn't get here overnight, you're not going to get to your goal overnight. And that's something that you have to keep in mind. But if you can set up small, individual, short goals that are obtainable in a relatively, doable amount of time, you're going to have more motivation to continue with your journey to get to that healthy lifestyle you want to. And because you've done that in small goals, you replaced soda with water. You've replaced chips with fruit. You've replaced two healthy meals with a protein shake. And you're teaching yourself how to, one, eat every couple of hours to keep your metabolism built up. But two, when you're done meeting your weight loss goal, you don't have to continue the shakes anymore. You've already set yourself and your body and your mind up for success, for maintaining that weight down the road, because all while you were working to lose your weight, you have started making new habits, better habits, healthier habits, more, happier habits for your health, so that by the time you get to the end of your weight loss goal, you already eat like you should. You already, your body has gotten used to eating every, 3 to 4 hours. You're eating smaller portions. You're not drinking the sugary stuff. You're not eating a whole lot of sweets. You're eating more whole foods instead of processed foods. So over those months' time that you've been working on yourself to get to the goal weight that you want to be, you're also changing your habits, which is what really is going to help you in the long run maintain that healthy lifestyle. And that's why I don't call these diets, because diets is something you do for a shorter period of time and then you go back to what you were doing. A lifestyle change is just that. It is a change for the rest of your life. And by setting yourself up with small goals to reach those lifestyle changes, when you get to the end of your weight loss journey, everything's set up, everything's ready to go. You've reprogrammed your body, your mind, everything to how you're going to live the rest of your life. So those have been my tips for the day. I hope everybody has enjoyed them. If anybody has any questions about gaining weight, losing weight, maintaining weight with Herbalife, please let me know. I would love to help you out. That's what I'm here for. I am a weight loss coach. I help you all the way along the way, which is one of the reasons why I do these videos, to give inspiration to those who are struggling.